So I'm reading this book on narcissism, and the authors say that even if you have not ever studied psychology a day in your life, if you run across a narcissist, you know it. They're right. There's a big difference between a person who may be overly confident, who is self-centered, and a person who actually has narcissistic personality disorder. A person who has NPD is a kitten, and I love this example. They're a kitten, but they look into the mirror, and what they see looking back at them is a lion. If you're like me and you show a lot of care for other people's feelings and you are empathetic, then you probably drew a narcissist in without even realizing it. And you may have actually gone toward that narcissist without realizing that that's what you were being drawn to, because there are two different categories of NPD. One type of narcissist is extroverted, outgoing, an exhibitionist, loves to show off their body, loves to show off grand material things. And then there's the second type, introverted, depressed, psychologically empty, yet grandiose. Psychiatrists call this type of narcissist the vulnerable narcissist. And if you're an empath, you may have been drawn or attracted the vulnerable narcissist. And my guess is you saw red flags. You may not have known what those red flags meant, but you knew that something was wrong. And what I didn't realize is that a person with NPD is hollow on the inside. They are not a person who has developed themselves. And so you may show off a new sweater that you bought or a new dress, and then that narcissist sends you a picture and they're wearing the exact same sweater or the exact same dress. In that moment, I'm pretty sure that you felt like that person was single white femaling you. Be single white female, you are missing out on an iconic treasure. The vulnerable narcissist is in the sunken place every day, which probably causes you to try and lift their spirits up, telling them how great they are. Now, according to the authors of the book, people with NPD do not suffer from low self-esteem. In fact, they think they are better than everybody else. They are the smartest. They are the most talented, and they should have authority, and that the world would be a better place if they ran it. But the vulnerable narcissist does suffer from depression, and all people with NPD, they suffer from bouts of depression. But low self-esteem, no, that is not one of their problems. Needing to love themselves more is not one of their issues. Another hallmark of a person with NPD is the lack of empathy for other people, having zero care for any type of relationship that they're in, familial, co-worker, romantic. They just don't value relationships. And this is the difference between somebody that, let's say, is self-centered and overconfident and a narc. Lack of empathy reportedly results in a lack of perspective. So once you, the victim of this narc, decides that you have to save yourself, you've got to get out of this relationship, you've got to get out of this partnership, you have got to cut off this particular family member, are confused as to why you've cut off all access, why they're on red, why they've been blocked. But no worries, they've already been stabbing you in the back, so telling a few lies to explain why you're not there, well, that's just par for the course.